Yo, what's going on, man? Today is the 11th of July. Welcome into the ChrisBeCappinn Show. We have one game on the board for the WNBA today. We'll do a quick recap of yesterday, a big day yesterday, and then we'll get into a couple of the comments. But real quick, let me shout out. I just want to give a shout out to my guys yesterday. I got ski on the East Coast. Early in the morning, 8:45 for ski, which his body clock was on a 5:45 schedule. So I want to shout out Ski for coming on the show yesterday. We talked out a couple of the games, a couple of the ways that I think both of us was looking. We ended up cashing a couple bets, and then right after, you guys saw me do a prop betting show with my guy Dream and my guy Zay. And that was another I think overall that was a profitable show as well. They gave out a couple good looks. I really like Jacquel Jones double. Just wasn't too efficient, which, you know what? I said shout out to the guys, but now I'm getting to the play. So let's just go into the recap. I liked Jacquel Jones double. She missed it. She ended up missing it by 2 points. She just wasn't efficient on the offensive end, man. Like I think she shot 4 for 8 from the field. They just wasn't going to her because Sabrina was cooking early, and Stewie was super aggressive as well. When Liberty played like they're playing in the first quarter yesterday, they probably are the best team. Them and the Aces, of course, still the two best teams in the WNBA. You just don't see them play that with that much energy and that much zip all the time. But they can really turn it on offensively against, Connecticut, one of the better defensive teams in the league. They looked great yesterday. So shout out to the guys. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Still got to get a couple more guests I want to get on as well. But I love when I have guests to be able to come on the show. So shout out to them. Real quick recap yesterday. Liberty on the money line. I said I wasn't going to back off of that, even because Benaji Laney was had gotten hurt and, wasn't going to play in that game, was ruled out or whatever. And Liberty still get the job done. So minus 130 was the biggest bet that we made yesterday. Only full 1 unit play was a winner. Aces team total under 88.5 was also a winner. And then we live bet the Indiana Fever plus 7.5 at halftime. Even though they went down 21, I think, in the third quarter, which is crazy, man. The Fever is so Jekyll and Hyde, boy. But they do end up coming all the way back. Had a chance to win the game. But 7.5 does cash yesterday. So shout out to the Fever for covering that. And then the two misses were Jacquel Jones double. And then we also just said, you know what, just put a half unit on Seattle money line. And that was also a loser. They shoot the ball so poorly from the 3-point line. I was listening to the announcers talk about it yesterday, and he was saying that, when they shoot less than 25%, I think they only have 3 wins on the season. And they shot less than 25% from the 3-point line. So shout out to the Aces for coming in there, taking care of business. Asia had, video game type numbers on the day when her video game cover release for 2K. But we still finished profitable, almost up a unit yesterday, 3-2 on the day. We'll take it. At least we're moving in the right direction again. So try to do just as good work or a little bit better today. Let's see what we got in the comment section before we get started. Big Zan says top of the morning. Y'all keep it up. Y'all keep it going. I'm liking Chicago at half and the full game over. Chris, do you think that's a square play? We're going to talk about it, Zane. We'll talk about it in a second. Richie says, what's up, Chris? Angel going to get another double-double. I need to look up the odds for Angel Reese double-double. I forgot to look into that. Yesterday, I had the graphic up for you guys. And she did get it. She got it. It was a struggle, but she did end up getting it. Tina Charles don't foul her on that last play. And she definitely doesn't come away with that double-double yesterday. But she went to the free throw line with 3 seconds left, 6 seconds left, and knocked down the free throws. She is, it's getting terrible now, man. I see minus 275 on Caesars right now for Angel Reese double-double, but we'll get into it. Marquis says, rise and grind, people. 6 out of 9 yesterday. Not bad. Absolutely not bad. What's up, Bruce? He says he had a huge day yesterday. Kilo says, good morning. Happy Thursday. Right back at you, bro. Hope all is well. Bruce said he cast on Dejanay. Rebounds over. What up, Eric? More Life Sway says top of the morning. Sky first half is the gift that keeps giving. Boy, they got down big and still came back. The Skies, man, their offense can just go absolutely disappear. They've been banking on their defense, but we'll get into it. What's up, Torrent? Says, good morning, fam. My guy Justin, always in here rocking with me. What up, Justin? Jacko Jones foul trouble and almost got that double. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of foul trouble. I just felt like they don't use her. Like she's almost like a. If you watch the Liberty play, and I'm not gonna go off too much on the term, but if you watch the Liberty play, man, Jacko is my NBA comparison for her is almost like a Joel Embiid. She has so many post moves that she can go to. She's so much bigger and stronger than most of the ladies. Super experienced as well. But she just shoots threes. She's like a Joel Embiid that just stands at the 3-point line, in my opinion. And they don't really use her in the post. The times that she did score, because I think she went into the fourth quarter with like 4 points. The 2 baskets that she got in the fourth quarter was like real good, block moves. And I know Brianna Jones is a really good defender. They battled against each other at practice for, some time, but just felt like you got to get her the ball a little bit more, in my opinion. But it is what it is. I'll get off of that. And I just wish she would have cashed, though. She would have cashed, it would have been a 4-1 day, and that would have been great. What up, Jay Muse? Timeout Sports says Storm need another shooter to compete. Nneka was terrible yesterday, too. She had a lot of shots went in and out timeout. And at the beginning of the game, and I don't know if that impacted her confidence or what, but yeah, she shot terrible from the field yesterday. Even Sammy Wickham off the bench didn't shoot well. Jordan Horston is super inconsistent on the from the 3-point line as well. And Skylar Diggins-Smith, she's also not shooting the ball well either. Like not outside of yesterday, she just last few games she's shooting terrible. Also, I've been watching this guy during this homestand, and they look good. But if they can't make threes, they can't get that separation. They struggled to score the basketball yesterday. Jay Muse says, great day in the W yesterday. Let's keep it going. Bruce says that Angel Reese minus 310 on FanDuel. Hey, that's so disgusting. What up, Prolific? What up? I see Lightbearer in here as well. All right, let's get into the game real quick. Let's see. Smokey says JJ and Stewart and Ionescu all over 15 points. JJ and Stewart over 8 rebounds. Reese double-double. Carter over 15. And Cardoso 6 rebounds. What you think, Chris? I think that's a lot, Smokey. I can't. Just my luck. One of those wouldn't happen. So I never parlay. If I parlay, it's one of two things. Never like 5 or 6. But if you do it, I hope you cash it. What up, Jeff? What up to my guy Brian says, good morning, Chris. I had to sweat that dream team total under 70.5, but it cashed. Yeah, I couldn't quite get there, but I'm glad you cashed that one, Brian. That offense is let's just say they need. I see them already as 13-point dogs against the Aces tomorrow, which we'll get into that game tomorrow. But yeah, boy. Douglas says they changed the Mystics to cover -8 and thought I had a winner until that 43-point fourth quarter. Yeah, that fourth quarter ended up still getting to the over on that. Watcher says he thinks Sabrina's finna go crazy on these Caitlin Clark. Finna go crazy on threes, and Caitlin Clark should get 20 today. Caitlin Clark plays tomorrow against the Mercury, I want to say. Justin says he murked the W yesterday. 6-1. Only loss was the Fever plus 310 live. Should have took the points instead of being greedy. Yeah, just because I would have took the reason I ain't sent out the money line yesterday, Justin, because I don't trust them defensively. I thought that they would cover. I didn't think that they were going to win. They did get close though. Dropping Dom says there's no reason Melissa Smith shouldn't have started yesterday. Starting to get really tired of Christy Sides. Yeah, she wanted to be cute with the lineup yesterday. I did see that as well. Monica says, hey, homie, what's the big play that this 2 out of Birmingham, Alabama? Let's see. We'll get there. I think I pronounced your name Monica. That's definitely not Monica. That's Marcia. I'm sorry about that. Helm says he cashed yesterday. He says, what a great day yesterday. All right, let's get into the game, the only game that we have on the board for today. Real quick reminder as well for people who were looking, I talked about this yesterday, but me and Ski did do a show on Monday. There's an NBA free agency show if you guys are interested over on my YouTube page. You guys can go back and access that if you're interested. We just kind of went through and looked at every team based on, moves, all season transactions so far. Did a pretty good job. I broke it up into chapters so you can go, look at my analysis and thoughts, especially based on where we are right now for each team for the upcoming season. We don't have win totals out yet because the schedule isn't out, but we do have like conference winners um, and division winners as well. So me and Ski talked about that on Monday for people that are interested, wanted to throw that out there. And let's get into the game for today. So only one game, like I said, we got the Chicago Sky, New York Liberty. This game, let's see. I don't think the line has moved any. Total actually coming down. I see 165.5, which is great. Line opened at 11.5. I saw that yesterday. It's at 11 right now, so I guess you could say a little money came in on the Liberty. On Chicago. And this is a 7:00 start time game. So I don't feel like I really needed to look too deep into this one, if I'm being honest with you guys. Just, knowing the spots for both of these teams. You got both teams on the second leg of a back-to-back. Of course, Chicago, and both teams having pretty short travel too. Chicago will travel from Chicago to New York. And then, of course, New York was also in at the Mohegan Center yesterday. So that's short travel from Connecticut as well. So, not too bad of travel for either team. Both teams won. Both teams had to come back to win and were involved in pretty tight games yesterday. So you got the Chicago Sky, second leg of back-to-back. They've won and covered 3 of their last 4. This team has been playing some pretty good basketball. On the season numbers are there as well. 9-12 straight up, 9-11-1 against the number, 5-5 straight up, 5-4-1 against the number as well. And offensive numbers at the bottom also. Same thing for the Liberty, second leg of back-to-back, first game back home after a short 2-game road trip where they lost to the Fever and then took care of business against the Connecticut Sun to get us the win yesterday. 18-5, best record in the W, 9-14 against the number, 10-2 straight up at home, and 2-10 against the number. So this one, like I said, this one was pretty easy for me, man. I like the Sky in this game, and I like the over in this game as well. If we go back and look a little bit deeper, Chicago, remember this will be the third matchup between the two teams. Chicago actually beat New York earlier this season in this, I wouldn't say in this spot, but in this arena. They were getting 16.5 points in that game, and that game went up and over the 168.5 total. Both of the teams have slowed down in pace. Both of the teams have been a lot better defensively as of late. But being that both teams on the second leg of a back-to-back, I do like points in this game. I don't think that we're going to see the best defensive efforts, especially with what the Liberty had to do yesterday. They got a big win against Connecticut, to separate themselves at least by a game to have the best record in the WNBA. So I don't think they're going to be super locked in for the entire game here. And especially with the way that they had to come back. For people who watched that early game yesterday, the Liberty were winning pretty much the whole entire game, but they gave up the lead in the fourth quarter. And, shout out to Sabrina Ionescu for dribbling the clock out, then going down there and getting a bucket. I could see it being a, 3-possession game. I'm not in the laying double digits with home favorites that are unrested, which I'll talk about in a second. But also, like I mentioned, the Liberty just 2-10 against the number at home, and also just 1-9 against the numbers, double-digit home favorites. So there's no way I'm really wanting to look towards them to cover double-digit line, being unrested, coming off a big game yesterday. So yeah, I like Chicago plus 11. It's 11.5, I think, out there as well. And then as far as the total goes, Liberty 7-3 to the over as double-digit home dogs. I'm sorry, as double-digit home favorites. And Chicago, don't look now, but they've actually gone over in 4 of their last 5 road games as well. So I love that for the total. And then just situationally, I looked at, using Killer Sports database, I looked at double-digit unrested home favorites. So I know that's a lot. So you're laying at least 10. No, you're on the second leg of a back-to-back, and you're the home favorite. 7-2 to the over all time in the Killer Sports database. Those games are going over by an average of 10 points. And this dates all the way back to the 2011 season. So another reason to like the over, 7-2 to the over. And then also, last thing I'll say real quick is Chicago team total. It's sitting at 76.5. The Liberty have given up 77 or more in 3 of their last 4 games as a double-digit home favorite. And 7 of their 10 opponents have actually gone over this number as well. So cashing at a 70%. clip, if you just look at Chicago and wanted to isolate them, 76.5, I think, is on DraftKings at minus 120 right now. Excuse me. You just need the Sky to be able to go in there and score 77 points. So those are the ways that I'm looking into the game. I haven't bet either yet, but it's really just because I want to see. I just want to see if the line's moving. Not if I can get a 165.5, I like that a little bit better. And it looks like the total is dropping. So let's see what you guys are thinking about this one. What up to my guy Mark? Always in here with the positive vibes. Since he had a big day yesterday. Kennedy Carter, my fault. You got to separate the two, man. I know they both CC, but I'm thinking opposite. So let me go back to that comment from Watcher. Watcher, what did you say yesterday? I mean, what did you say up here? You said Sabrina's going to go crazy on threes and Kennedy Carter should get 20 today. So Kennedy Carter, I was looking at her points prop. It is at 20.5. And that intrigues me just a tad bit. She, I think she went under yesterday by a point. But, if it was somebody that was going to have a big game, I do think it'd be Kennedy Carter. I don't think, especially, being that Benaje Laney missed yesterday, if she continues to miss time, then we always talk about it, they don't really have that dog that can go out there and really lock anybody up like Kennedy Carter, in my opinion. So her points prop today is listed at 20.5. I do see a 19.5 over on Caesars, but it looks like 20.5 everywhere else. So you get some juice, 25 cents over on Caesar, but 20.5 everywhere else. I kind of feel like they have to have a big game from her. Jaquel and Brianna Stewart should do a pretty good job of, keeping Cardosa and Angel Reese off the rebounds. Not to say that they won't get their rebound prop, but yeah, that makes sense to me. Kenny Carter, maybe some fewer offensive rebound opportunities. I'm not 100% sure. All right, so let's see. Let's go back here. I missed this comment from Cup of Joe too. He says, Chris, good morning, bro. Yesterday I went 1-6. 5 hooks, shaking my head, especially Jewel Lloyd over 3.5 dimes. Jesus, that's crazy. G423 says, what's up from South Africa? Bro, he says, got some dope fits on, telling your respect. Dope hits on off, telling you respect. Appreciate that, G42. Hopefully we can keep it going. Helm says, Fever gonna lose Nalissa Smith to the foul crease next year, and they're gonna regret it. We'll see how that goes. What's up, Jose? Appreciate you for tapping in this morning. Douglas says, why can't the women extend the game like the men in the fourth quarter? All the women do is play defense like a statue. I think I disagree with that. Extend the game like the men in the fourth quarter. I'm not sure what that means, but I think I disagree. I think they try to play defense. You see some pretty good defense at times. Cover Joe says, going to this one tonight, taking Chicago team total under maybe. I would not play the under on this Cup of Joe. Not in my opinion. I don't think this is an under game. Dropping Dom says, leaning heavy towards the first half to stay under 84.5 or the Sky team total under 76.5. Thoughts on either of these? I don't like it, Dropping Dimes. I do not like it. Real quick, so if you just look at the numbers, it does kind of feel like it should probably be a team total under spot. Because I was looking into it and I was like, man, the pace has really dropped for these teams recently. Defense has really picked up for the Liberty. The Liberty are, I put it in the graphic. You guys can, well, you can't see it right now, but it's right here. The Liberty are, second best defensive team over the last 5 games. Third best net rated team. And Chicago also playing defense. They're the 4th best defensive team last 5 games. So both of these teams top 5 defensively. But like I said, the situational spot just kind of lines up. When I think about the Liberty at home, that's an over spot. When I think about both teams being unrested and having to play really good defense in the fourth quarter, because Atlanta almost beat Atlanta had the lead in the fourth quarter as well. That makes me think more towards the over in this game. Liberty also been playing a little bit slower. They were, they've been a 10th pace team over the last 5 games, which is the 3rd slowest in the W, because I did look into this as well. And Chicago pace actually slowing down just a little bit as well. They're the 3rd fastest pace team on the season, but they're 5th in pace over the last 5 games. I just think they're going to have to get up and down the floor, and I'm only looking towards overs for the Liberty. Even though, like I said, they have been playing, a little bit more defense in their last few games. Tomorrow says home favorites on no rest, off an away game playing against an opponent on no rest are 3-10 against the number. That says Chicago plus the 11, and I'm right there with you tomorrow. Only way I'm looking. Let's see. Helm said Chicago went from Seattle to Chicago, out to New York, back to Chicago Saturday, then out to Vegas next Tuesday. Such a bad scheduling week for him. Yeah, hasn't really caught up with him yet, Helms. But yeah, I agree with that. That is not great travel. And why I got this comment up, I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but this made me think about the futures market. I was looking into, I should have probably played it. I was looking into, I talked about this at the beginning of yesterday's show. I was looking into future markets, and the Chicago team total, I think, was 15 and a half. Or I'm sorry, 16 and a half. Maybe it was 16 and a half or 17. I can't remember whatever it was. I know they needed 8 more wins yesterday, and they already got one. And I was thinking it was minus 125, but I was looking at their schedule and I was like, man, Chicago, based on their schedule, I think that they can win, a few more games. They got some really easy games like against the Mystics and, a couple games against the Wings, which I think the Wings will get better when Satu gets back, but I'm not looking for them to win, too many games. But then the Olympic break kind of just threw everything off. So I think I'll stay off. But I do think Chicago win total over. I think it's a pretty good look because they got Atlanta coming up again, I think. But I digress. Smokey Steam Bet says if the Liberty ever jump out to a big first quarter lead, live bet the other team in the second quarter for a game. Absolutely. We saw it yesterday. I mean, they looked like they were going to get to 120 points yesterday in the first quarter against Connecticut, playing super fast, super efficient, making all their shots. And then they just it never lasts. It never lasts with the Liberty. What up, Pat? Says top of the morning, fan. My cash freaky T double yesterday. Shout out to Tierra McCowan. Justin says that over sounds right, but tomorrow's stats goes with their cap. Yep, I agree with that. Ethan says, agree. Chicago spread here. For props, I like Jacquel Jones rebounds. Liberty don't give up too many, and I feel like Jacquel will need to step it up in the paint tonight. She should, and I think I would agree with this. Jacquel got to stay out of foul trouble, man. I feel like she always out there throwing a hissy fit when things not going her way, and she does strike me as the type of player that lets her lack of offensive engagement affect her defense, in my opinion. Like when she's more prone to get fouls, in my opinion, when they don't involve her in the offense. So I think I would agree with that. Chicago, let's see. The first game last time they played in Chicago, she had 12 rebounds, did Jacquel. And then the first time they played earlier this season, she was in foul trouble. She had 5 fouls, only had 8 points and 4 rebounds in that game. But like I said, she's been killing her rebounds. She has, I said this yesterday, but she has 3 games where she had at least 10. And what is this? 6 of her last 7, she's had at least 11 rebounds. So yeah, Jacquel rebounds makes a lot of sense, Ethan. I would agree with that. You're gonna need them against Cardoso and Angel Reese. So I couldn't talk you off of that at all. Let's see real quick. I would love to go back to her double today, but I'm not touching it. She's not burning me 2 days in a row. Jacquel Jones rebounds are, and Stewie also had 11 or 13 rebounds yesterday, so I couldn't talk anybody off that either. Stewie rebounds at 9.5. Jacquel Jones is at 8.5 over on ESPN Bet. Ooh, it's juiced at minus 135, but I think that's worth writing down. Jacquel Jones over, especially if you can get a juice 8.5. I like that a lot. Over 8.5 rebounds. Like I said, minus 135 on ESPN Bet. I mean, if she don't get them, Chicago can grab all of them. 9.5 is plus money on FanDuel, DraftKings right now, and ESPN Bet. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot. Prop says, what up, DJ Props? He says it's funny how the books raised Angel Reese rebounds to 13.5 when they gave you a boost. Why she ends on with 13? Don't trust their rebounds against New York bigs. Yeah, Stewie's been rebounding the basketball pretty well. She had more rebounds than Jacquel yesterday. So yeah, I'm off Angel Reese rebounds right now with you there. Discount says had to pick one. Would you bet the spread or the total? I would bet the spread. I feel like I've been better on spreads than totals. I don't think the Liberty winning by double digits. I can see the Liberty winning by 8 points, Liberty winning by 7 points, 9 points. But 11 against Teresa Weatherspoon, type team. Real quick, let's just look at the sky. This makes me think of something. Let's just look at the sky real quick. I don't think they've been getting double digits too many times. I know they was getting double digits against Seattle the other day. They've been double-digit dogs twice. So the first time was against the Liberty, and they've been double-digit dogs against the Liberty and against the Storm. Both games they won outright, which is crazy to me. Both games are 2-0 to the over. So 2-0 straight up, 2-0 against the number, 2-0 to the over. But I think I would bet the spread. I trust the Sky on the road. And it's more of I want to fade the Liberty laying double digits again at home. Like I said, they're only 1-9 against the number when they're double digit home favorites discount. So yeah, I would take the spread more than the total, just because both teams are playing a little bit slower. I still think it's going to be a slower pace game, a fast paced game today. Jay says, based on the last few games, what do you think about the Sky first quarter, first half, Liberty full game? I'm not playing the Liberty full game, but I will say when I was on moneyballer.com this morning, the Sky are 8-4-1 in the first half as a dog. So that's 67%. They have covered in the first half. I don't know what the first quarter numbers are, but I know that just watching them over the last few first quarters, they look really, really good. Against Atlanta yesterday, they were favored. They didn't do as well. But 8-4-1 is something I'm not really wanting to go against right now. Liberty are 7-14 as a favorite in the first half. So they are not covering the number at all. So that would say Sky first half. I'm probably not going to be there. Mark says, I played Sky plus 11.5 and over 165 last night. Glad we're aligned. Absolutely. Ethan also likes Marina Mabry over her points and assists. Yeah, she should be able to play well today. I expect a letdown spot from the Liberty. I mean, as you guys can tell in the cap, I do expect a letdown spot. Fan says, man, Chris, who's in charge of the promotion of the team schedule? Why was there 3 games on at the same time? They got to space it out so more people can actually watch, right? Yeah, but for the camp day games, not as much, Pat. They actually, each team gets one camp day game, and they all kind of start. They just actually all schedule them on the same day, but they all start between 11 and 12 o'clock. It always is that way. For people who remember last year, I took my son to the Mystics game against the Indiana Fever. Got a chance to watch Aaliyah Boston play in DC, and that was a super early start time game. I don't think I was doing shows in the morning, and I'm actually going next week. We're going to be at DC for the game against the Mercury, Mystics and Mercury next week. So yeah, I'll probably do a show the night before, let you guys know what I'm looking at in that one. That's on Tuesday, when it's coming Tuesday. So yeah, it's always like that. But yeah, as far as the evening start times, yeah, they're terrible, man. They're terrible starting all the games at the same time. So I agree with you on this one, Pat. But camp day, they all gonna start pretty early. Jocko Jones rebounds 9.5. Rowan says, Ionescu over 30.5 points, rebounds, and assists is what Bruce likes. So a lot of great looks, some good looks being given out in the chat. Justin says, good morning, bro. Thanks again for the platform. Been gone a couple days, but I'm back. Cashed the third quarter aces yesterday. And AW double live. Today I'm on Cardoso over her rebounds tonight. Okay. I hope you cash it. It's comment from Ethan. It's funny. Bill says, can JJ get a double-double against Cardoso and Reese? She absolutely can. She had one in one of those games, right? The bounce back game. She had oh no, actually she didn't. She only had 5 points and 12 rebounds in that game. Just really inconsistent, man. That's 4 of her last 5 games. Jocko Jones has not gotten to double-digit points. and her shot attempts just not there. 4 for 8 versus Connecticut, Indiana 2 for 5, Atlanta 2 for 5, Minnesota 0 for 3 in the Commissioner's Cup loss. It just feels like, it also feels like when the Liberty don't like try to establish her when teams are like fronting her or doubling her. They just go to something else. Feels like they are quick to, defer and say, you know what? Well, we got Stewie, we got, Sabrina. We don't have to get the ball to her. So, yeah, those are my thoughts there. Lightbearer says Jacquel and Breanna Stewart hang out on the perimeter too much, and Reese and Cardosa go over their rebound prop tonight. They do love hanging out against the rim. At the rim. Truth says he's taking Chicago on the money line tonight. Don't even want the points. Best of luck there. Jamie says total over 165. Is that too much? As both are coming off a back-to-back. So I already gave a deep in-depth analysis on this game. You just got to start from the beginning of the show. And Mark also reminding everybody to take a second and hit the like button. He says show some support, and I appreciate that, Mark. Definitely helps the algorithm. I appreciate everybody for doing so. And the ChrisBeCappinn Community comes through and hit the like button for me every day. Appreciate you guys for doing that. Bill says he's going to keep riding Sabrina points over. Helm says if they hang out at the perimeter, then it pulls Reese and Cardosa out of the paint to grab rebounds. And this makes a lot of sense in theory, Helms, but we got really good rebounders on the opposite side. He says whenever a big is guarding another big who sits out top, they usually end up not grabbing as many rebounds. So Jamie comes in and says, Sabrina, Stewie over her 9.5 rebounds. And yeah, if you think it's gonna be a lot of defense and the Chicago Sky gonna miss a bunch of shots, yeah, don't let me talk you off. I'd be interested in looking at how Sabrina does off a big rebound game, because she's had some. She had a big rebound game yesterday against Connecticut. I'm not sure if that happens again. I would also want to look at her home splits as well versus road splits. But yeah, I'm probably not going to be on Stewie rebounds. She had 14 yesterday. She had 6 the day before against the Indiana Fever. 17 rebounds against Minnesota. 12 rebounds against Atlanta. 11 against Minnesota. So yeah, 4 of her last 5. She's actually had 11 or more. Stewie out there boarding. It was a stretch where 4 games in a row where she went under 9 rebounds. So looks a little inconsistent to me. I'm not touching it, man. Best of luck to you guys. Justin says, appreciate the show. Telling the Storm plus 11.5 and probably the over. I will be on both, Justin. I didn't play either yet, but I'm going to be on both today, just so you guys know. Dylan likes the sky on the money line as well. All right, says 145 watching. All right, let's get out of here. One game. We've been on it long enough. Answered you guys' questions. Told you how I'm thinking about playing this game. And quick recap is here. Like I said, Chicago plus the 11.5 if the line moves. I haven't bet it quite yet, but I do see it coming down to 10.5. So I got to go ahead and get in before it's too late. And I do see the total coming down to 165. It looks like it's available. So I'll be on Chicago in this game. I do want the 11, and I'll be on Chicago. It's on the short list because I haven't bet it yet, but I'll be on Chicago plus the 11, and I'll be on the over 165 or whatever I can get the best number at. Appreciate everybody for tapping in as always. Resources are here. Always talk about moneyballer.com. Sign up now while you still can, while it's still free, and check their website out. I did talk to RC yesterday and confirmed that NFL will be on the site also, so it'll be a lot easier to cap NFL, which I'm looking forward to this year. And OzJam, I always talk about them, but you guys can get 25% off your first month if you're interested in signing up over there. There is a promo code that is in the description of the video. It's where I look at all my lines. So if you guys see me look this way, I'm probably looking at a line on my other computer, trying to figure out what the best number is. Makes it a lot easier, and it's definitely worth it in my opinion. So they got a lot of other, good resources over there as well. But that's what I like, the Sportsbook screen page. So that is that. Also, official plays, when I do make them, are in the description. We got a lot of members recently, a lot of people signing up. And I appreciate you guys. Really, really do. It means a lot. Shout out to everybody in the chat, always coming through and rocking with me. yeah, if you enjoyed the show, do me a favor, hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. We only got a couple days left of WNBA. The season ends, I think, on Wednesday next week, which is great because I'm taking a vacation on Thursday into the weekend, which is I'm so looking forward to. But yeah, man, only a couple days left. So yeah, hit the like button for me if you can on the way out. Appreciate everybody for coming through. As always, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and we'll be back tomorrow. I think we got 3 games in the W tomorrow. So probably trying to get a early look ahead to those games and give out some plays today, but we'll see. Best of luck, man. I hope you guys enjoy your Thursday. I'm out.